Travers, ABC News White House correspondent. Karen, I don't want to overhype this story, but it does seem like it's the President of the United States versus the FBI.
I think that's an accurate, absolutely fair take on this. I mean, we know that there are going to be political battles on Capitol Hill. Republicans and Democrats are, of course, going to be fighting over every little detail. But this other layer that's developed in this memo controversy is this showdown between the FBI and the president. And it's really the first significant show of independence by the new FBI director, Christopher Wray. He, of course, was put on the job by President Trump after he fired James Comey. This statement yesterday from the FBI was just strikingly strong. The FBI statement reads, "We have grave concerns about material omissions of fact that fundamentally impact the memo's accuracy." I mean, in some ways, McGraw, that's the argument that the Democrats on the House Intelligence Committee have been making, that the Republicans, as they wrote this memo, were cherry-picking information from the Justice Department and the FBI to come to this political conclusion. That's what the Democrats say. But that FBI statement certainly lends a bit to that point of view.
Yeah. Is the White House going to release this memo today?
That's the expectation is that that's where the president is heading. It's not clear if that's today or not. Stay tuned, essentially. I mean, there was this bit of an 11th hour twist last night when Congressman Adam Schiff, the Democrat ranking member on the Intel Committee, said that there were edits made to the memo that the White House is looking at, so that what they voted on Monday is not what the White House is seeing. He was essentially saying, put the brakes on here. We got to start this process again. Unclear if Devin Nunes, the Republican, is going to give in to that.
Yeah. In this FBI letter, which it's an open letter, so they sent it to the White House, but they wanted us all to read it. They also did they not also say that it's so highly secretive and sensitive that even if it's false, we can't comment on it because it's so highly classified?
Yeah, and that's been this big concern from the FBI, is that they weren't going to be able to properly review it to make sure it didn't compromise classified information. This statement yesterday wasn't written in Christopher Wray, the FBI director's name. He didn't personally write the statement, but we are told it went out with his blessing, and he feels quite strongly that the memo, as written, is misleading. And that's a very important point in all of this, because I think the political drama of it has been, the story for the last couple of days. But when you have the FBI director put in place by President Trump saying this is misleading, that certainly does cast a shadow on this.
Now, I know the Nunes, the congressman whose staff wrote this, and the White House have been asked this question. I haven't necessarily gotten what they've said. When asked, did the White House help write this memo? Right. What's the answer?
So there was a transcript released last night that laid out this back and forth, and he was asked if he coordinated, and he said no, but then asked if the staff did. He did not answer. So certainly a lot of questions about that. And remember, this is Congressman Nunes, who months ago was involved in that unmasking controversy and said he didn't work with the White House on it, and it turned out he had worked with the White House. And, there's a lot of layers to this, and certainly there's a lot of political controversy that we need to peel back to get to the heart of it.
Has the White House been asked that question about whether or not they helped write this memo?
We have asked, and we do not have an answer yet.
Yeah. And none of us know what's in this memo. We can only guess.
That's the thing. We can, based on what we've been hearing from members of Congress, I mean, it's been just so highly politicized. You have Republicans saying that this memo will show that the Justice Department acted inappropriately when it obtained a surveillance warrant to spy on a Trump campaign advisor who they suspected was possibly a Russian agent. This is all last year. Remember, also, if you want to get back more, it's the Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein who apparently authorized this. He is somebody that the White House has said has impeccable credentials. They have full confidence in him. I mean, there's just so many elements to this. And people that are involved. And Rosenstein also was one of the people at the White House on Monday who said, don't release this memo.
That's Karen Travers right there at the White House, where all of this is happening moment by moment. Karen, thanks for checking in.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You got it. The FBI